Everybody, just calm down.
Girl, just calm down.
I mean, all the girls are saying whoa.
Oh,
So
got
that's
it.
that's the word of the night. Whoa.
Child, I this episode irritated me. Everybody irritated me on this episode except for two people.
Who?
Three people, actually. Yeah, three people. I would have to say the three people that did not irritate me would have to be Cynthia, Drew, and Angela. Those are the only three that did irritate me. Everybody irritated me so bad on this episode.
I agree with Cynthia and Drew. Drew was late when and who
I'm
gave
trying to figure
us.
out. Okay,
Let's
hold
get
on.
into this because now you about
Yeah,
to
because you about to. Now I'm
now
very
that Jared's not
confused.
here, we actually bitch. Now we can fight.
Oh, did we mention that Jared's not here? Was that before or after
Well,
the?
we just
Well,
got into it. We just started
yeah,
yapping.
but yeah, Jared's not here, guys. As you can see, he's being a whore in Dallas.
Can you imagine?
It's a
He ain't never
mess.
coming home.
Ever. So yes, we are here reviewing season 16, episode 8 episode
No, episode
9
9.
of Real Housewives of Atlanta. How are you, Danielle?
I'm doing well. It's very rainy here. It's a little cold. I'm just chilling. I had a great weekend. It was my birthday.
Yes.
So it was really cute, really chill. And that's it. Grateful to be
Okay.
alive.
I know that's right. I guess this is pretty clear, but this is the Everybody Just Calm Down the podcast, because I did not say that. I'm your boy
Hey,
Aaron.
take it out, y'all. We're obviously rude.
Right. But no, my weekend was I didn't do anything this weekend. I chilled. I did a lot of work. I did a lot of work.
Good.
But yeah, that was about it. My weekend was pretty chill, did a lot of work. I could have had a couple.
Who got the
I
Zimbabwe
could have.
music playing?
That's my phone. I could have
Oh,
had everybody keep calling me about the what's the name?
Megala.
Yeah, I don't care. Like I'll
Share.
see it tomorrow. Like I'll see all the things tomorrow when I need
Well,
to, but
Rihanna is pregnant, honey, and I've been saying it. Y'all
well
ain't never getting an
yeah.
album.
Well, yeah, at all. But yeah, so let's get into this episode. We open up the episode basically with Cynthia bouncing around to all the girls talking about what happened on the trip as if she wasn't there, but I guess she went to bed early.
She did. Cynthia could go to
Right.
sleep.
Listen. And then Shamea says that Brit threw shade at Angela about Charles cheating and having a baby on her. Call me crazy. Because first of all, we now know that that's not true. All of that is not true. That baby's not true.
Huh?
That baby's not real. That's not true.
Carl Jr.?
It's her baby.
No. No, it's not. No, it's
She
not.
said, I just watched a interview with her on a radio station where she says that is not true. Charles never had a baby on her.
So if you Google Charles, right?
Uh-huh.
Charles has a daughter, which he shares with Angela, and the
Okay.
Charles Jr., the son, which is in between the age of Angela's son, that 11-year-old. There is another son. So in total, they have 4 children together. She has 3 of them, which the youngest baby girl is the only child she shares with Charles. She has a son who is 11 years old, which is
But she says they
crazy.
have 3. She says
Yeah,
they have 3 kids together.
biologically, only one is his.
Okay, now we're gonna have to do some more research on
And you
this
can fact
because
check this, but yeah.
she literally said that he never had a baby out on her. And I just find that hard to believe that she would say that knowing that people would find out. Because she just did the interview.
I
And
mean,
she said that it's gonna come out on the show how much of a lie that is.
but remember 2 weeks ago when we first brought it up and we were talking about the word on the street is with Charles and his affairs, and we were like, oh no, it was T that he had the affair. It was T. Wendy Williams broke this story. So that's what I'm saying. No, the Charles Jr. is a
She
real
talked about
child.
that, by the way. She talked about that, by the way, and said that Wendy basically lied. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. We
Now,
gotta.
we gonna have to fact check that again. But like I said, if you go on Wikipedia right now, Charles has one child, which is the daughter, the baby girl who looks just like him. And like I said, Angela, which I found it hard to believe, that son who's been in the kitchen while they're filming, that boy is 11 years old. But remember, her and Charles, that's why I'm saying she actually had a baby on Charles as well. They both had babies on each other.
Well, why do we keep saying they had a baby on each other? I'm confused on how we know that.
Where did the 11-year-old son come from? If her and Charles been married all the time,
The 11-year-old son.
the son who she
But they've been married. But they've been married for 10 years.
right, but they were
They
together
didn't
before
meet
that.
on the day they got married. That's what I'm saying.
So that child, that son, that they always say is Angela's son. They would never say Angela's son. When they put the daughter on the screen, the baby girl, they say Angela and Charles' daughter. That son is not his. It's not his. Like I said, they could do whatever custody, whatever
So
situation.
the son
that
is. So if you're saying the son isn't his, then we're talking about Charles having a baby on her.
which is Charles Jr., the one that they're never going to show.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to figure this out. But anywho,
Yeah.
Cynthia asked Portia. And that's what I wanted to say too. Maybe it's a woman thing, and I just never understood this. You throwing shade about my husband allegedly cheating on me and having a baby on me. Okay, he's a shitty person, not me. I didn't do it. He did it. Why should she feel bad that he did that?
It's more because it's more of a it is a jab to you. Honestly, it is a jab.
Why is it a jab?
What do you mean? My husband. First of all, not only the baby. This is what the issue is when people have the babies, right? So the proof is you already cheated, right? But the proof of the cheating is the baby.
No,
That's
I
the
get
most
that, but I'm
embarrassing.
saying, but why are you saying it to me?
Well, because it's
Like
just
I did.
embarrassing. Well, because it's
Why
just
is it embarrassing?
Well,
Why?
Your husband
Why?
cheated on you. Had a baby on you. It's embarrassing.
So what? That's not
would
who. Why would that embarrass me?
Well, because he brought an outside child out of your marriage. That's why.
He's a shitty person, not
And
me.
you're still with him.
Yeah, because I love him.
Yeah, that's crazy. I could never accept that. I'm telling you right now, my husband could never have
Yes,
a baby.
that's fine, but you and no one else has the right or should ever feel that it's embarrassing. Is it embarrassing that I got murdered? No, the person's a murderer. Like, I don't get it. He's a cheater. Why am I the bad guy? Why should I be embarrassed?
Your marriage is something
He is.
so you
Yes. And
marriage.
he's the bad guy.
But
not
again,
her.
To a woman to woman, that's a jab that can hurt your feelings. Your husband stepped out on you, he had a baby. That's a jab to you.
So does the husband get any? Is the husband the bad guy in this?
The husband is always gonna get the backlash. Your husband's the goddamn cheater. Oh, he's always gonna get the backlash. But
does he get the backlash?
He does. But again, it's irrelevant because he's not in our circle right now. We talking about him like a dog. That's fine. No, we know your man is a cheater. But what I'm saying is, for the woman to go back and forth, that's a little jab because now you should be embarrassed. Your husband had a baby outside of your marriage, and you're still with him. So
that's crazy. That's wild. That's wild. That is wild to me.
It is. I'm telling you. I would love to hear the people in a comment on this because I'm telling you that.
I mean, I get the premise of it. I just don't understand why. If somebody said to me in an argument, that's why your man cheated on you. Now, don't get me wrong. If it's a cheateration situation that I'm unaware of, I am embarrassed because you telling me something I don't know. But it's something that I'm aware of, and ooh, you shaking the table. Like, and I know this.
And again, I don't think it's the word cheating. The cheating is not the issue here.
The baby too. The baby too.
No, the baby is the nasty part. Yeah, the baby.
I mean, it's nasty, but let's move on.
Yeah.
So then, Cynthia asked Portia, did she say she would sleep with Charles? Portia says she doesn't remember saying it.
Portia said anything is possible.
Right. Portia says she would never sleep with anybody's husband.
Girl.
So then we bounce around to Shamea saying that she texted Angela, and Angela sent back a book essentially saying, and at the end basically saying like, hey, be blessed. Honestly, from what I got from the vibe of this text message, I see nothing wrong with what Angela said or did in that text message.
She said, I'm good on y'all.
Yeah, like and I get what she's saying about that. Yeah. Like, essentially what she's saying is, I already knew Portia was a whore. But
Right.
I hold you to a different level. I hold you to
Mm-hmm.
a different height, Shamea. And you're over here laughing
Mm-hmm.
and kikiing with her. Like that's something
Mm-hmm.
that's cute to say. You
Yeah.
think your husband's exempt?
Right, right, right. Yeah,
Like, come
essentially,
on.
essentially.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like, come on
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Um then we find out that Cynthia is going to have her Bailey cue. Fun, fun, fun. So then we move on to Kelly's dog party.
Girl, she spent $1,000 a month on that dog.
I don't think it's a month. It better not be a month.
No, she's saying that the dog gets all her treatments each month.
Girl, that's so dumb.
Now, I don't believe in all that. Now, that's a shame. Did you see the eyelashes on top of that? That was wild to me. Like,
I'm not counting nobody pockets, but
no, I don't got
that
no,
amount, I'm not counting nobody's pockets,
no,
but
not at
that
all.
is a dumbass expense. I'm sorry. That's a dumbass
Yeah,
expense.
yeah,
Like, come
yeah.
on. Brit lets us know. Oh, by the way, Kelly looked phenomenal in that confessional.
No, Kelly looks great. No,
She
she looks
looked
great.
good. Brit lets us know that her mom is moving in. Let me be the first to tell you, I could never. I could never. And I really want to look it up. It's just on the house or was it foreclosed on? I'm kidding. I'm kidding,
Right
guys. I'm
now,
kidding.
I was also questioning what's all going on with the house because why all of a sudden you want to live there? The father has been dead for quite some time.
She said he was, well, we'll get there, but
Right.
that was odd. Yeah, I was just like, okay, ugh, yuck. Like I pray to God that my partner never wants my future partner never wants his mother to move in. And if she does move in, we need to have minimum 8,000 square feet, 2 kitchens. I don't want you here. I don't want to see you. And that's even if I like her. I'm just saying that's who I am. Um,
I'm gonna blink twice on that because
oh, I know you better be quiet because you watch this show with your man. So
you
blink twice, bitch. You better keep that mouth shut. Yeah, exactly. And we're moving on to Portia and her family. We get to meet the way Portia gave that girl that dog, gave her daughter that dog, like she was like, here the dog. I know you want a PK. Pilar was looking
girl, when did we talk about this?
when did we discuss this? I mean, I'm happy about it, but is this for the cameras? I'm
PJ
confused.
PJ was looking at her like she may have said that one day when she was off of the Benadryl from her allergies and she just mentioned the dog
Right.
and then next thing you know the dog was there. Girl, I don't know where this dog came from. She trying to think of a name and everything. You know, if kids plan some shit, they gonna remember the name. She ain't had no name for no damn peanut butter. She probably had a cracker and thought about that.
Girl, like it gagged me. Gagged me.
So by the
By the way,
way,
I love Portia with a bang. I love Portia with a bang.
Portia's hair, I'm not gonna lie, I actually may start buying Go Naked. Her hair has actually never been terrible ever. The hair looks
Ever.
good. Miss
Well,
Diane, on the other hand,
she's an Atlanta girl. Come on.
yeah, the girls don't play in Atlanta. Now that I will give Atlanta the girls don't play about no hair down there. Now y'all can do some hair and y'all gonna have that hair done. Now Miss Diane, now if the
Mm-hmm.
Lord allows me to look like that at that age, Miss Diane look good. The
Oh,
body
Miss
is
Dan, yeah.
key.
She's still
Miss Diane young.
oh, duh.
He fucking
Oh, 100%.
like younger than 40. Could be like 38.
Girl, I was thinking I see Diane 28.
You see Diane fucking somebody 20s?
Yes. Yes.
I could see her getting a 25-year-old dick. I can see it.
Hell yeah.
I can see it. She look
That'll be
good.
the nothing. Nothing. I'm gonna move on. Um, and so we finally get to meet the au pair, and she comes in. I was like, okay, cute. That's a cute little vibe or whatever. It was very cute how Portia had set up like the welcome
That was
home thing
sweet.
for her. Dennis having a confessional. Like I just can y'all get together? Because they were so cute in that
You know, I
confessional.
said that. My note literally was they could genuinely be together.
Genuinely.
Like genuinely, they could actually be together. And you know why they could be together? Because they really didn't break up on no bad blood shit. Like it just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a match. It wasn't, they had the baby and Dennis felt like he had to propose because he's actually a decent guy. And it
Right.
just wasn't, Portia wasn't in that state of mind. I think she was so fixated on being a mom that she wasn't ready to be a wife and a mom at the same time. But they could
Right. No,
100% get
100%.
together. They have chemistry there, like really, like they're friends.
By the way, I just realized that I merged Portia and her family scene with Portia and Dennis, like with the au pair, and
Because
that's
they're
fine. We can
family.
keep it that way, right? We're keeping that whole scene together. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that I did not like, and again, it bothers me. Portia, you did say that when she was recounting the story, she like, this man said something about her husband and then moved on, and then her sister's laughing. Lauren, you know what she said to that girl husband. Stop acting like you laughing. That shit ain't cute.
Yeah. But Lo is always, she ain't never going to really do Portia. Let's be real.
I get it, but ugh.
Yeah.
Anyhow. Do you want to talk about Shamea and her surrogate?
The surrogate looks crazy. Let's just be real.
Okay, so I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to judge, but like there had to be. I would not feel comfortable with her having my baby, and this is no shade. And I want to be very clear.
No,
in no way, shape, or form am I saying that how she looks. I don't even know.
No. I know
it's a reflection of
how she carries a child, because she is bringing. We are disclaimer.
But
however you bring a child into this world, it's fabulous, and Shamea can afford to have all the surrogates she wants. But that one,
there's a couple points that I want to make about that. Well, points about what you and I are talking about. One, you had to sign a release. You knew you were going to be on camera. Two, you are meeting your potential family.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. She had on earrings. The hair didn't really look that done.
That was
she had on a sleeveless dress thingy. Yeah, like that was. I was just looking like, and then when she spoke and sounded so nice and
lovely,
had great energy.
Yeah. The appearance.
Yeah, I don't know.
The appearance, and it's crazy that you would be like that, but I think in this situation where you're going to be, I'm showcasing you because you'll be around my family and people we're around, because now you are again an extended version of our family. I can't have you walking around and my husband is going to a fundraiser and we just so happen to want to bring you and the kids are there. That would pull me up.
That threw me. That really threw me.
And again, no shade to her. She's probably a lovely woman. I hope the delivery goes well. But the appearance there for first impression was not good.
Not even like your court date outfit. Like nothing.
No, it was like
that rocked me.
That really blew me up. I was shocked. And again,
I'm going to the laundromat to go do my laundry.
Bitch, that was my last. That was you in your third trimester, and you big as a house. You about to get induced next week, and you came to your last doctor's appointment. That's what that was.
Well, if you look like that before the baby even come, what you gonna look like in the last trimester,
you see
sweetie?
What I'm saying? So that I ain't like that. I ain't like that. She ain't even pick the hair out. I ain't like that.
What?
I ain't like that. I ain't gonna lie. And don't brag about my hair, y'all.
Next,
but also
next. We're moving on. I cannot believe you just said that, because that's what I was trying to hold. I went. You notice I went everywhere else. I went to the earrings. I went to the outfit. I was not going to the hair. Not doing it.
I'm not. I know you were gonna do the hair, but I can do the hair. That ain't like that.
Ciao.
Shout out to the natural girls.
So we have to. Okay, Jared's not here, and I hate that he's not here for this. But we have to give credit where credit is due. We have to give growth points where growth points are due. Okay? Are you ready?
Do you agree?
Charles actually engaged with Angela in a scene.
Where the clapping hands?
Yeah. Like, that was good job, Charles. Good job, Charles. But I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. But
hey, Nay. What's that?
It's not about you, boo-boo. Goodbye. Get down. Thank you. Your behavior is diminishing your message, sweetie.
Yeah, well, you see what happens when you can't control your kids?
Jesus Christ, embarrassing me.
Embarrassing me.
Oh my God. Stop. Move.
I'm crying.
And so then so we get to Angela and Charles. They are working out, and Angela confessional in that red dress, she looked good. She
did
looked
look
real
good. No,
good.
she did
Her
look
body
good.
looked good
The
when she was
body,
working out too.
her body in general looks good. And I mean, again, married to an ex NFL player, NBA player, I
Right.
definitely could see that. And Charles actually looks really good. He looks pretty fit as well. I mean, they have a home
Charles
gym, so
looks
Charles looks great.
phenomenal
Charles
for
looks
his
great.
age.
He
Like
looks great for
he
his
got
age.
every Charles looks Charles
Charles is
looks
good.
yeah, Charles looks good. She updates Charles on Nashville. And it was funny because when she was telling him about the whole Drew of it all, he was like, "No, why would you do that? Like, what?"
He ate her up.
He ate her up. He was like, and it was funny because what she said in the confession, she said, "You know what? If I ever want, what is it called?
What?
Something with the devil. What they say about with the
Oh, the
devil?"
devil's advocate.
She said, "If I ever want the devil's advocate, I always go to him because I think to myself, what would a hater say?" And that's what Charles is gonna say. That took me out.
Because, well, at least you know your husband, child. You know your husband.
Exactly.
But you know what though? I actually applaud that because you know what, Charles? You needed to give it to her straight because you knew that was some bull.
Oh,
Like, why the hell would you
100%.
do that? You know what I mean? But again, we all know that production could have played a part in that as well, as far as pushing her to make Drew come. But again, you
Mm-hmm.
could have stood 10 tones down and be like, girl, you just ain't coming to this one. But also, it's giving you needed her.
Exactly. And so then she drops the bomb about Charles cheating and the baby and Portia saying, you better stop before I F your husband. And Charles was like, who the fuck is this? She can't F me.
You can't touch me. Which, that's a lie.
I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know.
Portia can fuck Charles.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he would be okay with it. But I'm saying when he says you can't, I think it might be
I want
a level of
this.
discipline. Like I'm not about not
That's
you,
fair.
not
Not
you get
fair.
what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
I'm not gonna let you have the one up on my wife kind of
right.
thing. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. That I agree with. No, I can see that.
Yeah. But the thing that took me out, that gagged me, the thing that took me out and kind of gagged me about the whole thing, well, at the ending of it, and this is what I kind of I say in my next partner, my next and last partner,
Yeah.
I want somebody to tell me to go to war.
Oh
I want
yeah.
my man to tell me to go to war.
Oh yeah.
She gave him that whole little rundown, and at the end of it, he said, "Yeah, go to war. Let that Chicago come out." I said, "I know that's right.
And that's
Put that
serious.
battery in her back."
And
I
Will,
was here for that.
I
I
was
was
in
here for
every
that.
drop
I
of it.
enjoyed that. Yes.
Listen, I'm gonna be a soldier. What you say? You say get her? All right. Because
Punch
now
her.
I actually have to though. You don't know what's
No, you
crazy?
over
Because
there. You over there
literally
like
now
punch her,
I
babe.
have to get her.
Right.
If he say go get this bitch, I'm like damn. Even if I don't want to get her, I'm like damn. I'm gonna have to get her. He told me to get this bitch. I'm gonna have to get her. Never
Now I
mind.
gotta get her.
I'm gonna get her.
But
That
I
was
really don't
fair.
want to get her.
Really, at the
But now
time I
I
didn't
gotta
want to get
get
her, and
her.
now I actually have to eat her up because he like why you
Like,
ain't get
why
her?
do I gotta get her? Like, now I
Yo,
gotta
her.
get
I
her.
said so, girl.
Damn. So then, we move on to Brit and her fam.
That's a toxic family, honey.
Nothing about Brit in her solo scenes with her family seems legit. It seems like she's pushing them to be extra. I will say her sister Cher, something's off.
Oh, I said that. I said she's unstable.
You
She's
said that
unstable.
when you
We said
first
that
met her.
remember I said that in the beginning
Yeah.
when they first were sitting at that table and she was losing it and I was like, wow, she's unstable. This episode, oh, we really saw it. And then I also said it's about the mother. He also, she has that's where Britt gets that stink shit from. The mother
Mm-hmm.
has that. And the
I
grandmother
can
has
see the
been wrangling him
mother.
up for years.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see the mother favoring Brit because she's pretty. I can see the mother being that way. And then the fact that the oldest wasn't there, I can only just speak from my experience.
Mm-hmm.
The oldest is always like with the grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then the
Mm-hmm.
fact that she wasn't there, and it sounded like she lives in the area.
Oh yeah.
So she
There's
just
no
didn't
reason for you not to
come.
come. She just didn't come. She didn't care to pack up the house. It wasn't about anything like
Yeah.
that. You could tell that the sister Cher is the middle sister. You can tell 'cause she has that middle sister
Mm-hmm.
complex because Britt is the baby, so she got babied for being the baby, and
Mm-hmm.
the oldest sister got the mom's love. You can tell because she was the rider. She was there from the beginning. You the
Mm-hmm.
one that made me the mom, so it's a different type of bond there. So the middle sister really doesn't have a place with the mother. You could tell their interaction with each other, and you can tell that. the oldest sister really took the middle one's share under her belt. She was like, she was begging. She was like, don't you love me? She was like, I love you. She gave her the look of the big sister coming from the big sister. She gave her the look of, girl, just hang on there and like, you're fine. I love you. But she's
she
like, do you love
needs
me?
she needs some therapy.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
or something, like some emotional regular
The fact
something
that
that
she
was
said
like,
that
I
she
was
been grieving.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. Oh, no, no, no. It was actually very disturbing to watch. And when she said, I've been grieving for a long time. So her issues started way before her father ever passed away. That's where the issues are.
No, I think what she was just talking about her daddy. I think she was just talking about her daddy. Because in the way she said it, that's what kind of threw me off. She said, I agree, I've been grieving the whole time. Because Brit came right back after that and said she can't get past it. It was like, it's
Yeah.
just
It's
something
something
that's
that's,
rocking her.
yeah.
And my thing is, what I don't like about people like her, ooh, that might be, can I say that?
What?
I don't know. Can I say that?
What?
People like her bother me because how emotional they are. It lends itself to being selfish because everyone in
Mm,
that room lost the same person that you lost.
right.
And for some reason, because yes, you do have a lot of grief and you can't get past it, you still feel like it almost comes
It
off like
only
you the only
affected
one
you.
it only happened to you just because people show it differently.
That is a form of kind of selfishness, I feel like, in a
It's
sense.
extreme
That
selfishness.
is, I can see where I know that you didn't want to seem like you were not being empathetic, not in that way, but I get what you're saying. It is extremely selfish as well because again, you have two other women who lost their dad as well. They were just as much as
And
your
then
dad,
someone that lost their
and they
husband.
lost their husband. And the mother really snapped off of that. You could
She
tell
should
she
have.
actually lost.
She
She
should
actually
have.
lost it, like to the
She should
point
have.
where
And
like
she, and
they
she
were
didn't go
together for a
hard
long
enough.
time. She was like since you were 17 years old.
She didn't go hard enough, in my opinion. The mother's like,
Oh, the
you in
grandmother lost
here.
it. She lost it for the mom.
Even no, I don't even think that was enough. Because the grandmother was like, y'all stop. You know, I can't stand a y'all. Like,
No,
no, you need to say it specifically
specific.
who. Don't say y'all. But anywho, I ain't gonna drag nobody, grandma.
Nah, I ain't
Let's
dragging
move
nobody
on.
grandmother. Mm-hmm.
And so then we move on to the Bailey queue where all the drama starts.
That quiet ass barbecue.
Right. Brit arrives. She looks nice, but not in theme. Moyetta shows up again. Um, Kelly arrives looking beautiful, and she's in theme. She went more 90s.
Mm-hmm. Poochie Khan. Yeah, she went with the door knockers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Angela comes in wearing yellow. Shamea is the only one that comes in theme, looking pretty good.
No, I'm laughing because Shamia came in there and said, Juneteenth, my husband is Kenyan. So wearing a
Hello?
dashiki me. I was like, yo,
Nah,
Shamia is so funny.
no, she is.
Shamia funny
Shamea's
as shit.
crazy.
I want to hang out with
No,
Shamia.
she really is.
Shamia, call me,
I don't
girl.
know if I want to hang. I don't know if I want to hang out with Shamea after this episode.
Shamia, hang out. Like, tell Gerald that me and Weez could hang out. We could. I mean,
Yeah,
y'all putting the bill though, because we ain't paying no damn dinner bill. But
I'm
yeah,
dead. But oh yeah, this is what I was gonna say. Everybody else's prophecy that was read was about their businesses, or I mean, even with Kelly, like yes, Kelly's situation was about her husband, her ex-husband, who she's getting a divorce from. She doesn't care about. I didn't like the prophet saying all that about Angela's marriage in front of everybody. I didn't like that.
now
It's
let's rewind it back. I didn't
mm-hmm.
like the damn prophet being there. Cause stop saying prophet. So let's go back to that. I don't give a damn what she said. Don't ever address yourself as prophet. That's number one. So I didn't like
Why?
that. Cynthia knew she
Ain't
tried
that
it with that, but
why?
what you mean why?
Why?
Prophet?
Yeah.
What makes you the prophet?
I mean, well, I don't.
Everything that she was talking about is basically public knowledge, or if you know someone in the inner circles of that friend group, you could have found out about.
No, fair,
So
fair.
that's why I didn't like. I can see if
But ain't
somebody
that in the
read.
Bible?
Oh, don't you
Prophets
put
and
my
stuff.
no 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 no. Ain't been a prophet since Moses. Now I ain't. We
What's
ain't
a
bring.
preacher? I thought preachers were prophets as well.
And listen,
A man of the
everybody,
God, a
he's a
man of
man
the
of the cloth,
cloth.
a man of the cloth. And again, you could be speaking to a message, but that's not directed to people's particular situation. She was going specific as if she was a what Miss Leo was? A psychic.
I agree because did you catch in the beginning when what's the name was like, oh, do you want to see my palm? She was like, no, I read energy. Energy don't tell you. Does
Yeah,
anyone own a Porsche?
yeah,
That was so
but that's what
messy.
that was Miss
Right,
Cleo. That's what I'm saying.
right,
So that's why
right,
for me, I was like, girl, it started off wrong when you said that you were a prophet. But go off, sis. Predict some things that somebody that gave you a little bit of inside tea on. Because you heard what she said. She's like, I only told Brit that. You only told Brit, and Brit told 3 other people.
right. No facts. Now, again, this goes into my part about not liking Shamea. This episode when they said Porsche and she was like, well, did you mean Portia?
Portia.
That was not okay. That was not okay.
I didn't think it was that
It's not
serious.
okay.
I didn't think it was that serious.
But you already received that text message. You know I'm not fucking with you right now.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear. Let's be very clear. I know there's cameras around and it's supposed to be real cute.
That's fair.
Dog, I would have knocked those fronts out your mouth. No, I'm serious. At that point, because at that point you're picking with me. Now you're picking with me.
Well, I was just getting ready to say, in Angela's defense, and you know I never cared for Angela at
I
all.
don't do bullies. I don't do
Yeah.
bullies. I will punch you in your mouth. Not saying Aaron wants to punch me in the mouth. I'm saying if I were Angela, I would have, and you know, obviously if this was like a regular time, I would have punched you in your mouth.
Right.
Because now you playing with me.
What I will say is, in Angela's defense, what I will say is that I didn't care for is this is now the 3rd time that these ladies have tried to play with her because they like to jokey joke and they keep doing these. Again, everybody jokes and plays differently. There could be very dry sense of humor. Lots of the girls do it. But again, it's certain people that you can't play with. Angela has already told y'all 3 other times to stop playing with her. And it's the same joke geared towards the same thing. That's what it is. So it's not really a joke.
Right.
It's a nasty little dig at this point.
It's not, but again, no one can think that that's a joke. You cannot. Well, yeah. You cannot. The premise of how all this started is from Portia saying, right, she better stop for our F. Charles. Mm-hmm. Any joke that is built off of that is not okay.
Well, let's go even a step back. We can actually rewind it back to even before she said you better stop for our F your husband. I know something about Charles. So you already started there.
Yeah. Oh, great point.
You started there. So that was the first joke. And then the I'm a F your husband was the second one. And then Shamea came right in and third time, not the charm.
Second is not the joke. The second one is not a joke.
Yeah, it's not.
She keep doing it. That shit ain't cool. But so then Portia arrives and she has to sit beside Angela. That greeting was cold. Drew arrives. Girl, totally forgot about Drew the whole episode. Totally forgot about Drew. Didn't even realize Drew was on the show. Forgot. Totally forgot. But I was glad to see that Angela finally had an ally there.
I mean, barely, because Drew ain't never swinging at none of the bitches.
Well, yeah, but you know,
if I'm a person,
it's nice to have a. Not even how you just she's on your side. You know she's sitting, even if she quiet. Just it's nice to know that she's there. If the bitch is trying to jump me, either she jumping in or trying to break it up. At least
she ain't jumping in.
Yeah, but break it up, bitch. If I'm losing, shit. But that's the goal. But so then we this is where all the mess starts. Kelly asks Angela how she's been doing. And Angela then says she just wants a good vibe. Brit, why would you open your mouth? Brit then says, well, you receive what you give. And then Angela says, well, let's talk about it. And then boom. Like,
he said,
Brit, shut up. That's one. She did.
He said something.
And so it was crazy. So then she goes and says, is there something you want to say to me? How does it start off? She's called her big. No, Angela said you got a big ass mouth.
You got a big ass mouth. She said maybe you should be using that mouth on your husband.
Right.
Now see again with that husband word, y'all. Stop mentioning husbands.
And she said, yeah, maybe I could. but not as much as you with those stretch marks around your mouth.
And child, the camera went right to Shamea. Shamea, honey, once her mouth was like this, and then when she said, "You got miles on your mouth," shut up.
What that tweet said, Queen Latifah, give me strength.
What? Said that lady had miles on her mouth.
And said, you're a
You're
whore.
a whore, sweetie.
You're a
Now,
whore.
now that hurt. Now, shit. Now, damn.
Child. Ate her
But
up. Like, ate her all the way up.
now, again, now we're supposed to be in the age where, again, the girls are saying your body shaming, blah, 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 like that. But listen, when you live that life and that promiscuous life, honey, and you almost like build a brand of being this promiscuous girl.
Is that body shaming?
Well, you know,
When she say you got stretch marks on your mouth, it's talking about
yeah,
how many dicks she sucked. She don't
right.
actually have stretch marks.
No, no,
Which,
no, no, no.
it's
No.
funny because Brit was like, I don't have no stretch marks. Like, oh,
She's
you
so
don't get the
stupid. You don't
joke.
get it.
You
No,
don't
no,
get the
no. Your
read,
mouth is
dummy.
open, Biggie. Like your mouth is
Right.
open. No, no, no. What I mean is, you know, the girls they call it slut shaming. That's what they say. They call it slut shaming. The girls say you're slut shaming if you are dressing a girl with a high body count. They did it in Salt Lake City.
I think the whole term slut shaming is really interesting to me.
Oh, I do as well.
Because when you say slut shaming, if you are a person that says stop slut shaming, you are in fact, by saying that, calling them a slut.
Oh yeah, you know you're saying they're a slut, but what you're saying is you're not supposed
Don't
to say
shame that slut.
don't shame the
Don't
slut.
shame that slut.
Don't shame her for being a slut. How dare you?
But yes, she's a slut though. Like,
and again, and
what?
listen, shout out to all the whores that's watching. Listen, I love y'all. Listen, I love y'all. That's what's up. And I don't count nobody.
Hold it down,
Hold it
POP.
down. Hold it down, pimp. Listen, when I'm saying pimping is not easy, hold it down. But listen, at the end of the day, when you are one of those girls who has miles on your mouth, you have to be
Oh my
prepared for
God.
somebody to absolutely say you got miles on your mouth. So
No, you're
because you
right.
do, and called you a whore,
So,
girl.
hello.
And then check the marriage. Did you hear Angela at the end? She then circled back after after the miles on your mouth situation. It was like, well, there are some questioning things about your marriage. I said,
Oh yes, because that's when she said something about, like, I think Britt said something about like claiming, like Charles don't claim her or something like that. And she was like, what are you talking about? The whole world knows we're married. And then that's when Britt brings up the baby. Now this is where Kelly pissed me off.
yeah, Kelly.
Did you hear Kelly?
Nah, I did hear
say,
Kelly.
yeah, well, what about the baby?
What about the baby? Now,
Kelly, you worry about the fact. Kelly, you worry about the fact that you got to walk around with security everywhere you go.
For that nigga to go upside.
You worry about your mess. You worry about your mess.
Hello?
Like, to worry about that baby. Worry about that. Sent me. And I'm not. I am, let's be very clear, because there will be someone on here to say, oh, you are weaponizing her abusive situation. That's not what I'm doing here.
You have other things to worry about, though.
You have other things to worry about, to be jumping in some shit like that, especially when you are bringing in, piggybacking off of something that is supposed to embarrass her about her marriage.
Yes, essentially.
You might want to keep your mouth shut.
And again,
like,
we've already went down this road with you, how you've been so private for 2 years and all this shit is coming out. We could talk about a lot of stuff. Yeah, let's
Kelly,
not. Yeah.
Please don't do it.
Don't
do it. Oh, that irritated me so bad.
She set herself up for that too.
She did.
She did.
So then finally, Cynthia decides to pull Portia and Angela aside.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Portia is lying and denying all of it. I will say I love how Angela, I'm sorry, I know you don't care for Angela, which is odd. I feel like you only don't care for Angela because your two co-hosts like Angela, and you have to be a contrarian. But anywho,
that's not the point. There are a lot of girls that you and you'll fight me to the T, and I'll be like, yeah, I don't care for her. And you'll be like, why? I don't like her.
Okay, whatever. But I do appreciate how Angela jumped right in. She ain't pussyfoot. She just immediately starts saying what her issues were. And Portia is, like I said, Portia is lying and denying it. And I didn't like when she said something like, I mean, she shouldn't have been listening. I ain't saying behind your back, you shouldn't have been listening. No, sweetie, you should have never said that.
You should never said that.
Like, that's inappropriate. Like, then when she does say, start to apologize, she says, if I said something wrong, no, sweetie, you did say something wrong. You did say something wrong. You You said it wrong, sweet. You
But
shouldn't have said that,
have we
sweet.
ever seen Portia be held accountable for something? Like, has she ever taken accountability? Let's be real.
No.
Exactly.
Okay. But what took me out, and a lot, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about, like, even, I mean, it was on the after show. Shamea even said it in this episode.
What did it say?
How can she forgive Portia so quickly? And this is my thing that I try to explain to people. I think Angela's really looking at Portia like a little girl. I'm going to check you when I need to, but I'm not really holding no smoke for you. It's like, oh, you know, she's so pretty and slow. That's how I feel like Angela looks at Portia. She's so pretty and slow. We just going to hug it out, whatever, child.
Yeah, she doesn't take her serious at all.
Exactly.
Don't take her serious.
Exactly. So when Shamea sits down and Angela ain't got no time for her, it's like, I'm looking at you because you're a wife. And for you to be okay with this, and for Shamea to come out her mouth and say, it wasn't my fight. It wasn't. Well, what about all these other fights Portia's be? What?
Girl. Oh, God. Maybe the dashiki was too tight, child.
Girl, it had to be something.
Now, Shamea, but see, again, now circling back on Portia's non-accountability self. Now, has she ever straight up said that Portia has done something wrong? She gonna cake for her friend. Now, that's for damn sure. So,
No, right.
That felt right. That was like, okay, yeah, that feels right. That was the politically correct on Shamea answer to answer that. Yeah, that feels right. That's correct.
But it's politically correct, but false. You do.
Right.
You do jump in. Like, girl, shut up. And so basically that was the end of the episode. It's a mess. But let's get into our favorite little segment of the show and whatever.
By the way, Mel looked great. Cynthia's
Mal?
sister. What's her name? You
It's
know
Mal. Literally your best friend's name, bitch. Literally your best friend's name. Like, what?
Shout out to my bookie.
Oh, that face is touched, by the way.
She's been looking like a little work.
It was giving Sheree swollen the last season she was on. But anywho, let's get into this segment.
Everybody, just calm down.
Girl, just calm down. So yeah, who I think needs to calm down. It was really hard for me. It was a major toss up for me. And I'm gonna have to lean towards. It's gonna be Kelly for me. That comment, her piggybacking off that baby comment, really bothered me. It was corny. Like, sit down. I think what it is I don't like that mob mentality. That has always been my thing. And like,
right. Not yeah.
And so when I see stuff like that, it just bothers me. It's like, why? Like, let somebody have a little beef. You don't jump in. Keep your mouth shut. Especially like, well, what about, do the people know about the baby? If I would have elbowed that bitch in the nose so quick. Like, shut the up, muppet. Like, what? Like, that bothered me. I do not like stuff like that. I do not like bullies. I do not like bullies.
She did jump in there, and she had no business jumping in that. No, she did not. That's agreed. Now, that was a good one. No, I understand. Well,
who you think need to calm down, sir?
It should be no surprise. Now, you know who need to calm down.
Who?
Is the damn prophet.
Oh, okay.
Damn it. You ain't no prophet, girl. You ain't nobody but Miss Cleo that came back. Now, for you to have the audacity to be trying to tell somebody's energy and life and what they've been going through when you don't know these women from Adam, from Eve, don't you ever try to predict no shit / get some tea from somebody and study somebody and then try to address it in a room full of at a goddamn barbecue. You actually need to calm down. You ain't nothing but a nigga from Harlem.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, guys, that was the end of our episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for tuning in to Everybody Just Calm Down. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Peace.
Bye, guys. Fabulous.